least, we're going to hear from Kevin Langley of the Entrepreneurs Organization. You're chairman-elect. Take it away.
Thank you. 23 years ago, some energetic, frustrated students in Canada were frustrated because they didn't have a peer support or any kind of entrepreneurial education in their school system. They got together and started Entrepreneurs Organization. It was 20 entrepreneurs. Doug Mellinger was one of the founders and speaker this morning. And it was founded under the premise is very simple. Since they weren't getting the support at a university level, they would create a peer support grounded in some very simple principles: trust and respect, boldly go, and a thirst for learning. And since that 23 years, Entrepreneurs Organization has grown into a global nonprofit organization that's in 45 different countries. We have 8,500 members globally. We employ about 1.5 million people globally with about $150 billion in annual revenues. Our average member generates about $13 million in annual US sales. Now, part of the give back, our CSR, we talked about social entrepreneurship. As leading entrepreneurs engaged in learning and growing amongst ourselves, what we've done is embraced our Global Student Entrepreneur Award program, which identifies college students at a very early age that are in school and running businesses. Now, why would we do that? My premise is it's not about age, it's more about stage. Leading entrepreneurs are not mentoring, but providing peer support to early stage entrepreneurs. Less than 1% of the world's population is college educated, and yet in the United States, using some Kauffman Foundation statistics, 85% of all high growth, or I should say all business owners have a college education. 95% of all high growth or technology businesses have at least an undergrad, if not an advanced degree. So like I told Doug Rand the other day at Startup America, our challenge is to identify at an early stage the entrepreneurs that are in school and starting businesses and support them in the best we can. And the GSEA Award identifies those students globally. What that does is, when they go and compete globally with a global group of peer network with their peers, it encourages them. It globalizes them. It's not just a USA issue. There's 1.3 billion people coming into the job market over the next 5 to 7 years, with the global capacity at best to create 250 million jobs. That's another billion people without jobs. It is not a USA issue, it is a global issue. And as Entrepreneurs Organization, what we do is engage entrepreneurs that create jobs and give back. And it's not enough. It's not enough just to identify them, you've got to support them. So what we did is the next stage is we built our EO Accelerator program, which takes an early stage entrepreneur to the next level. Why is that important? Well, in the US, there's 307 million people, of which you heard earlier today that there's only really about 30 million entities, of which only 6 million actually create jobs, and of which only 750,000 actually do more than $1 million in revenue. So the job growth actually happens when you start employing people, which there's only 750,000 entities in the US that do more than $1 million. So there's a big disparity between a lifestyle business and an entrepreneurial firm, one that hires people and grows. So the Accelerator program is designed to engage these early stage entrepreneurs that are committed to growth. Remember, one of the core values is boldly go, thirst for learning. We talk about identifying people. Less than 0.5% of the US population is a high growth entrepreneur. They're creating all the net jobs. So the challenge is to find them early. Our GSEA student from South Africa, when he went back to South Africa, Nelson Mandela met him. And he sent me 2 days later a picture of him and Nelson Mandela. He was in the school newspaper. What kind of message did that send to the other students if a man like Nelson Mandela would meet a young entrepreneurship student from South Africa? It's a very clear message. And it's not until we identify them earlier, because again, it's about peer support. When we hold up these young entrepreneurs that are actually doing it, it's about inspiring the other young entrepreneurs or potential young entrepreneurs to stand up and do the same thing. So our GSEA Award is engaged in 575 of the leading entrepreneurship schools in the world. So I ask you, if you have an entrepreneurship university, are you nominating people to our GSEA Awards? That's my one question. We have Mila, don't stand up yet. With question and answer, I'm going to ask you to say something. Mila is from Costa Rica, and she attended our GSEA Awards. And if we have time during question and answer, I'd like for her to share her 2-minute story. It addresses the issue we talked about this morning about not having enough female entrepreneurs in this panel. And I'd like for her to share her story if we have a couple minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kevin Langley. Awesome. All right. So I know you're all dying to get to the cocktail reception, right? It's late here.
You have to earn your drinks.
Yes, you have to earn your
No free
drinks.
drinks here.
So what we're going to do is we're going to jump directly to your questions. So who has a question for our esteemed panel over there?
What is the story of the young lady from Costa Rica?
Okay.
Thank you for asking. Thank you. Would you take the stage with us, please?
And just to, if anybody didn't hear that, the question was, what is the story of the young lady from Costa Rica? We're about to hear it.
Hi everybody, my name is Mila Gamboa. I'm from Costa Rica, as Kevin mentioned. I have to say thank you to Michael and Kevin for giving me the opportunity to be here today. I'm the founder of a company called InstantTaxBack.com. We help international students from 25 countries to get their tax money back from the US government. I have been doing this for over a year right now, and last year I got nominated to be part of GSEA, which it was definitely a life-changing experience. Not only because I had the opportunity to grow my business and hit my goals this year, was because in Costa Rica, most students, and especially we're females, we do not have support. We do not have understanding from the government and entities to have the opportunity to really start a business. And when I went to GSEA, I went there and I found 35 students from different countries that were on the same page as I was. And all these students were there to talk and look for help and support, and we all became more than just peers and friends. We all became a big family and went back to our countries. And what happened is we all stay in touch and try to find solutions and networks so we can all grow our companies and help other students in our own countries to grow our companies and have jobs and better lives. When I went back to Costa Rica, I thought, well, I didn't win. I grew my company, I have this, but it didn't stop there. There was people that followed up with me, they called me. There's people like Karen that has really changed and impacted my life by giving me so many opportunities to go and impact other people's lives as well. And there's no words to express what GSEA, and I encourage everybody that has a university, that has a student, that knows somebody that is starting a business, please support them. Provide to them programs like GSEA, where it's other students there, where there is other people that have their same problems, because it's not the same for me to go and talk to you, because I speak my language, but we need these people like us, that at the same time knowing that we have people in our backs, like all these guys, like all of you that can support us.
Mila, you're being humble. Would you share a little bit about your background?
Okay. As I mentioned, I grew up in the north part of Costa Rica with my mom and my sister. I never met my dad. My mom always had to work as a maid to survive with my sister and I. Since I born to the age of 17, I had to move to 25 different places around Costa Rica to literally survive. We had many nights when we went to bed and we asked my mom, "Hey mom, what are we having for dinner tonight?" She said, "Well, we have to pray for that." And wait until the next day to a neighbor come to the house and give us food or something so we could have for that day. To go to school, my sister and I had to, one had to go to school in the morning, so we can use the only pair of shoes we had, and in the afternoon the other wife could go. But probably only never had a Christmas. We would not understand why the movies would say, yeah, you just write a letter to Santa, put it under the tree, and Santa never came to our house. All our neighbors will have presents, car, Barbies, toys, and we could never understand why Santa would never come to our house. When I was 14, I said, well, I think it's time for me to do something different for my family, and I don't want to keep living like this. So I moved to San Jose, which is the city of Costa Rica, and I started working as a maid for a family, going to school, and learning English because I wanted to move forward. And I did that for about 2 years. I got a scholarship to go to Oregon and learn English for a whole winter. I got a scholarship to go to college, and in that time I have been working, helping my family until today. I still do it, and I still look forward to have a better life, to help other kids in Costa Rica that didn't have the opportunities.
Thank you very much, Mila. Very inspiring